Hi guys, so we talked in class today about how to get into Google Drive file stream and get all that stuff set up, but I didn't get a chance to show you how to get stuff from your camera to your Google Drive file stream and then from there into Lightroom on your Amazon Workspace. So that's a lot. I drew that little diagram, which I can probably post, let's see, right over here. That's the diagram. It's in Google Classroom if you want to see it. So the first thing we need to do is take some pictures. And right now, I really don't care if they're good pictures. I just want something that I can transfer over to Google Drive. All right, so now I have 3 pictures. Turn my camera off, and I take the card out. And I'm going to start doing some computer work. At this point, I have not loaded up Amazon Workspaces yet. Although actually I should, just to keep it in the background because it takes a while to load. So while we're doing our picture transfer, we're going to load Amazon Workspaces. And I'm going to keep it in just part of the screen. So that we can clearly see the difference between what I'm using in I'm using a MacBook and you guys will be using a Chromebook. So it'll be slightly different, but the basic ideas will all be there. Where I'm going to bring the pictures into the Google Drive folder here, and then they'll go up to the cloud, and then in a minute they'll be available to bring back down into Amazon Workspace. So while that's loading, I'm going to open up the memory card that I just stuck into my computer, which is EOS Digital. So I bring that over here. I open that up. And then using your Chrome's file system, you're going to find that stuff to import and bring it into a folder. So I have these guys right here. And then I'm going to go to my Google Drive, which I open up here. On a Mac, you open it up at the top. On your Windows system, on your Chromebook, it's just you just going into your file stuff. So we're just going to keep this simple. So I made that folder called Photo Imports in my main Google Drive. If you haven't done that yet, do so. And then I'm just dragging the pictures from the card, 100 Canon, over to Photo Imports there. And then on mine, it has to take a while to upload those to Google Drive, because I'm doing it in Google Drive file stream on my Mac and then Google Drive file stream on the Amazon PC, Amazon Workspaces there. So once those are uploaded and ready to go, it takes a minute to upload. I can then eject the memory card, the SD card, and take it back out. Always remember to take the card out when you're done using it, because you want to be able to use it again. It's always nice to have access. Meanwhile, Amazon Workspaces is still loading. So it's a good thing I started that up before I started doing this transfer. Now that I've done this, it's uploaded, I can close out of my Google Drive folder here because I don't want to get confused. It's probably pretty easy to get confused with when you're using the virtual computer and the real computer, like, oh, am I uploading now? Where am I coming from? So while this is loading, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go to okay, I'm in. So this is my Amazon Workspaces here now, and let's shrink that down just a little bit so that I can remember the difference between Mac and Amazon Workspaces. So if I click on my little folder here, then I've got my Google Drive file stream, and then I go to My Drive, and I go to Photo Imports, which is probably empty. Oh, no, it's already come through. To get them to your Lightroom, I'm going to go to, if you have Lightroom, or if you haven't put that on that, then you would just go into your Adobe Creative Cloud and go to Lightroom here. Let's open that up. And then that's just some random stuff that I did last year. I hit the plus button here to import more stuff. I'll wait for the spinning wheel to stop. There we go. So you hit the plus and it brings you here. And it's showing me just some of my basic stuff. And on the left, I want to find my Google Drive. So here's Google Drive file stream. And I go back to my file, or my drive. Photo imports. Then I'm going to take all of these. Let's review for import. Oops, I should have selected all those. So let's try it again. All right, so then I hit there and then I shift click on the bottom one. And by clicking the first one and then shift clicking the last one, I select everything in between. If I go to review for import, it gives me these little thumbnails of the pictures that I'm importing. Some genius photography right there. And I hit add 11 photos. Then those all go into your Lightroom catalog. And then if you look at like stuff that's been added over here on the left, it says what's recently added just now. There's all these pictures here. So then I would go through them and I would put 1 star on anything that I think is not. That's kind of fun. I mean, it's not good, but it's something. All those are overexposed. They're not good. All right, so I found one quasi keeper. That's kind of in focus. One quasi keeper from these. And then I'm going to filter out. These are, by hitting this, I say the ones that equal no stars. So I'm going to select them all by Control A or Command A, and then hit delete. So that's going to delete all the ones that I didn't like. And then I turn off my filters and I'm left with the ones that I did like. Final part is if I want to edit this, I hit into the edit buttons. Let's say I'm going to reduce my highlights to darken what's in the window, and I'm going to increase my shadows to show a little bit more of what's going on in the picture. And I'm like, yeah, fine, that's good. And then I'm going to export a large JPEG. So I get this up and I hit desktop, select folder, and it goes right there. So then I can close out of Lightroom, and on my desktop should be a picture. It's not responding. Just minimize it while it thinks about it. It might be still doing that. There we go. There's my picture. So right now it's just calling it IMG 9972. We're going to call that Sam Worden Amazon Test 2. Then from there, you would add that picture to Google Classroom, just like you would from a Chromebook or something like that. So you would go into Chrome and, yeah, I don't use that, and go to your Google Classroom and hit add and add the file and add that thing straight from your desktop. And it should all work just fine. So let me know if that does not work out well for you, but it should be fairly smooth, I think. I mean, there are some hiccups with the streaming, so you just be a little bit patient. If it seems like it's crashing, it's probably just like trying to reconnect the two systems together. Okay? Yeah, take some pictures and turn them in.